True stories about past life connections, how to stay connected as spouses in the next life. When you meet someone you feel you've known forever, it's because your souls have crossed paths before. Have you ever wondered why certain couples feel like they're destined to be together, while others seem trapped in cycles of love, conflict, and separation? In the vast journey of reincarnation, every connection has a purpose. Some are born out of deep love, others from debts of gratitude, or even unresolved conflicts from past lives. In today's video, The Journey of Wisdom explores true stories about past life connections and unveils profound insights into how couples can stay connected as spouses in their next life. Whether you're seeking answers about your own relationships or simply curious about the mysteries of reincarnation, stay with us as we dive into the hidden threads that bind souls across lifetimes. Number 1. A Thread of Fate, a true story of past life connection. Have you ever felt an unshakable sense of familiarity when meeting someone for the first time, as if your souls had crossed paths long before this life? That's precisely what happened to David Miller, a software engineer from Boston, whose skepticism about past lives unraveled when an extraordinary experience changed his life forever. Raised in a traditional Christian household, David never gave much thought to reincarnation, dismissing it as myth. But in 2015, a visit to a Buddhist retreat in Vermont set him on a journey he could never have anticipated. At the retreat, seeking relief from the stress and insomnia that plagued him, David met Sophie, a volunteer guide. From their first interaction, David was struck by an uncanny sense that he knew her, though he was certain they had never met. This feeling deepened during a group meditation session where David had a vivid and inexplicable vision. He was a young farmer in 19th century France, standing beside a noblewoman who looked exactly like Sophie. Their love, forbidden by the rigid societal norms of the time, ended in heartbreak as Sophie was forced into an arranged marriage, leaving the farmer and David devastated. When David shared his vision with Sophie, he was shocked to learn she had been having vivid dreams ever since their meeting. In her dreams, she saw a quaint farmhouse, a field of sunflowers, and a man who resembled David. The parallels were too striking to dismiss, and they decided to explore these mysterious connections further through past life regression therapy. Under the guidance of a therapist, they uncovered memories that were eerily similar, down to the old oak tree where they had met in secret and the fateful day Sophie was taken away in a carriage. This experience transformed both David and Sophie. They realized their connection wasn't a random coincidence, but a thread of fate woven by karma. In Buddhism, karma is the principle of cause and effect that binds us through lifetimes, and unresolved emotions or debts can manifest in our current lives, pulling people together for resolution. David delved into Buddhist teachings, learning how such connections offer an opportunity for growth and healing. Rather than rekindling a romantic relationship, David and Sophie saw their reunion as a chance to heal old wounds and transform their bond into something profoundly meaningful. Together, they practiced loving-kindness meditation, focusing on forgiveness and releasing the lingering pain of their shared past. Their connection deepened into a friendship grounded in mutual respect and a shared spiritual journey. David came to understand that relationships, whether from this life or a previous one, serve as mirrors, reflecting our own strengths, weaknesses, and the areas where we need to grow. Sophie, too, found peace in knowing their shared history had brought clarity and healing to their present lives. As their retreat came to an end, she gifted David a small sunflower pendant, a symbol of the love and lessons they had carried across lifetimes. This simple gesture served as a reminder that their connection, though rooted in pain, had blossomed into wisdom and compassion. David's experience reshaped his understanding of life and relationships. He learned that the people we encounter, whether for a moment or a lifetime, are never accidental. As the Buddha taught, in the end, only three things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. This philosophy guided David to embrace non-attachment, realizing that holding on to past pain or clinging to expectations only hinders growth. Instead, he learned to approach relationships with an open heart, appreciating the lessons they bring, no matter how bittersweet. This story invites us to reflect on our own connections. Who in your life feels like they've been there before? Could there be unresolved emotions or lessons waiting to unfold? By practicing mindfulness and compassion, as David and Sophie did, we can transform even the most painful threads of our past into something beautiful and meaningful. The Buddha's teachings remind us that life is an intricate web of causes and effects, and each connection we make is an opportunity to grow, to forgive, and to love. As you go about your day, consider the people who have left an indelible mark on your heart. What lessons have they brought into your life? And how can you use those lessons to move closer to peace and understanding? In the grand tapestry of existence, every thread has a purpose, and every connection, no matter how fleeting, is a chance to weave wisdom into our lives. Number 2, karmic bonds in love. To delve deeply into the profound Buddhist perspective on fate and the karmic bonds between husband and wife, let us reflect on an age-old Zen story that sheds light on the nature of love, loss, and the invisible forces that bind us across lifetimes. There was once a young man, devastated and lost in despair after his beloved left him to marry another. Overcome with pain, he sought the wisdom of a Zen master, hoping to make sense of his sorrow. "Master," he asked, "why is it that I loved her so deeply, even more than I loved myself, yet she chose another man over me?" The master, with a serene smile, invited the young man to look into a mirror. What unfolded before him was not his reflection, but a vision from a time long past, a scene imbued with karmic significance. In the vision, the young man saw a woman lying lifeless and exposed on the roadside. Many passers-by stopped momentarily, gazing at her with curiosity before continuing on their way. Then, a young man approached. He paused, removed his shirt, and gently covered her body before moving on. Later, another man came along. Unlike the first, this second man was moved by a profound sense of compassion. He carefully buried her, ensuring she was treated with dignity and respect. The vision dissolved, and the Zen master turned to the young man with a compassionate gaze, saying, "In your past life, you were the first man, the one who stopped to cover the woman. Your love for her in this life is born of that small but kind act. However, the man she is now marrying was the one who buried her with care and devotion. His action created a far deeper karmic bond. She owes him a great debt of gratitude, and their destinies have been intertwined ever since." This revelation left the young man in contemplative silence, the layers of his pain slowly peeling away as he began to understand the cosmic law of karma. It became clear that relationships are not random. They are manifestations of past actions, debts, and connections spanning across lifetimes. This realization is echoed in the Buddha's teaching. What we are today comes from our thoughts of yesterday, and our present thoughts build our life of tomorrow. Our life is the creation of our mind. Relationships, fleeting or enduring, are threads in an infinite web of karma, intricately woven by the choices and deeds of countless lives. Accepting this truth helps us release the grip of attachments that lead to suffering. For modern men navigating love and relationships, this story is profoundly relevant. How often do we cling to unfulfilled desires, tormented by questions of why and what if? Instead of seeking closure externally, Buddhist wisdom encourages us to look inward, recognizing that the forces at play in our lives often extend beyond the visible and tangible. A breakup or rejection may not be a failure, but rather a chapter in a larger karmic journey, an opportunity to learn, grow, and practice letting go. As the Buddha said, "You only lose what you cling to." By embracing impermanence, we allow life to unfold naturally, with trust in its deeper purpose. A compelling real-life parallel might resonate with those who've experienced this struggle. Imagine a man devoted to his partner, only to watch her choose someone else. He might spend years searching for answers, but perhaps the most liberating one lies in acceptance. Much like the young man in the Zen story, such an individual can find peace by understanding that love and loss are part of the karmic dance, each interaction shaping us for future connections, deeper understanding, and greater compassion. In a world where modern relationships are often transactional or fraught with expectations, this ancient wisdom offers a path to clarity. Love fully but without possession, give without expecting, and release without resentment. To build lasting, meaningful relationships in this life and beyond, we must practice compassion, gratitude, and selflessness. As husbands, fathers, and partners, these qualities strengthen the bonds we create today and plant the seeds for profound connections in future lives. Take the story as a reminder to be present in every relationship, treating each person with respect and kindness. The choices we make now, how we nurture or neglect, forgive or hold grudges, will ripple across lifetimes. As Thich Nhat Hanh wisely said, "To love without knowing how to love wounds the person we love." Finally, let this story inspire a shift in perspective. Instead of lamenting what could have been, cherish what is and what can be cultivated. Every relationship, whether it lasts a moment or a lifetime, teaches us something valuable. Whether you are healing from heartbreak, nurturing a marriage, or seeking love anew, remember that your actions today are the foundation of the karmic bonds you build for tomorrow. Trust in the journey, for as the Zen master taught, the threads of karma are intricate, yet they never fail to weave us where we belong. Thank you for joining us in today's video about true stories about past life connections, how to stay connected as spouses in the next life. It's truly a privilege to share these meaningful stories with you. Your presence here makes this journey even more special. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever felt a deep connection that seems to transcend time? Feel free to share your story in the comments. If you're new here, just say, "I'm new to this journey," or if you've been with us for a while, comment, "I'm continuing my path." Every comment and interaction from you is a heartfelt reminder of why we do this. Let's continue exploring these fascinating connections together, shall we? How to stay connected as spouses in the next life. A journey of love beyond time. In a world where connections often feel fleeting, the idea of a bond that transcends lifetimes offers profound comfort and hope. Imagine a love so deep, so sincere, that it weaves through the fabric of existence, uniting two souls across the endless cycle of birth and rebirth. In Buddhism, the concept of karmic ties reveals how our actions and intentions shape not only this life, but the lives to come. For married couples, this wisdom provides a pathway to cultivate a relationship that is not only harmonious in the present, but also capable of blossoming in the next life. Drawing from the timeless teachings of the Buddha, this journey invites us to explore the virtues that create lasting connections: faithfulness, charity, loving speech, and wisdom. These qualities, when nurtured, become the threads that bind two hearts beyond this earthly realm. Together, let us uncover how these practices can transform a marriage into a sanctuary of love that transcends the bounds of time, ensuring not just happiness in this life, but the promise of reunion in the next. Number 1. Buddha's teaching on meeting again in the next life. To be husband and wife is a profound commitment, a weaving together of lives and hearts. Yet achieving a harmonious and joyful marital bond is not without its challenges. This union is born from the intricate dance of karma, seeds sown in previous lives that blossom into the present relationship. As the Buddha teaches in the concept of causes and conditions, our actions create ripples that shape our present and future. A marriage can bear the sweet fruit of past kindness or the bitter harvest of unresolved actions. However, while it may not always be easy, the path to a fulfilling partnership is neither unattainable nor mysterious. It simply requires effort, shared virtues, and a deep commitment to nurturing love and understanding. In the Samyutta Nikaya, the Buddha beautifully illuminates this concept. During his visit to the householder Nal La, the householder and his wife asked how they might meet again as husband and wife in their next lives. The Buddha responded with a timeless teaching. When both husband and wife wish to see each other in this life and the next, they must share the same faith, virtue, charity, and wisdom. He encapsulated this in a verse, urging couples to practice charity, speak lovingly, live virtuously, and build a life of mutual respect and happiness. These qualities not only enrich the present life, but also lay the foundation for enduring connections across lifetimes. To deepen our understanding, let's reflect on the essence of these virtues in modern relationships. Charity in this context isn't limited to material giving, but extends to emotional generosity, offering patience, forgiveness, and understanding to your partner. A relationship thrives when each person is willing to give without expecting immediate returns. This echoes the wisdom of the Dalai Lama. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. In the realm of marriage, these qualities sustain not only the bond between two people, but also their capacity to face challenges together. Living virtuously means practicing ethical conduct and self-restraint, creating a safe emotional and spiritual space for both partners to grow. In today's fast-paced world, this might translate to refraining from reactive behaviors like harsh words or dismissive attitudes. Instead, nurturing kindness and respect, even during disagreements, strengthens trust. As Thich Nhat Hanh reminds us, understanding is love's other name. If you don't understand, you can't love. A virtuous life invites mutual understanding, the cornerstone of any enduring partnership. Speaking lovingly is an art as much as it is a practice. Words carry immense power. They can heal wounds or deepen them. In marriage, gentle communication fosters intimacy and dispels misunderstandings. Consider the words of Rumi. Raise your words, not your voice. It is rain that grows flowers, not thunder. Taking time to communicate kindly, even in moments of frustration, builds a reservoir of goodwill that fortifies a relationship. Shared wisdom, the ability to grow and learn together, is perhaps the most profound of the Buddha's teachings for couples. This wisdom comes from mindfulness, the capacity to be fully present with each other. Modern life often pulls couples in different directions, but mindfulness helps anchor them in shared experiences. For instance, setting aside time to connect daily, whether through a walk, shared meal, or simple conversation, can deepen the bond. Wisdom also involves seeing beyond the self, recognizing the needs and aspirations of your partner, and supporting them with compassion. In contemporary life, distractions abound, and the pressures of work, parenting, and daily responsibilities can erode marital harmony. Yet, by embodying the Buddha's teachings, couples can rediscover their shared purpose and strengthen their connection. The same virtues, charity, virtue, loving speech, and wisdom, are not relics of the past, but timeless tools for building a resilient and loving relationship. When challenges arise, remember that they are opportunities to grow together, to deepen your understanding and compassion. The Buddha's teachings invite us to see marriage not as a fleeting union, but as a profound journey of mutual growth and spiritual companionship. As the saying goes, a great relationship is about two things: appreciating the similarities and respecting the differences. By cultivating shared values and practices, a couple creates a sanctuary of love, not just for this life, but for lifetimes to come. Let your actions today, acts of kindness, moments of understanding, and gestures of love, plant seeds for a bond that transcends time. In doing so, you ensure not only happiness in this life, but also the promise of reunion in the next. Number 2. Steps for reuniting as husband and wife in the next life. 1. Maintain faithfulness. Maintaining faithfulness in marriage is not just about physical fidelity, it is a profound commitment to emotional loyalty, mutual respect, and a shared vision for your union. In a relationship, being faithful means consistently placing your partner at the center of your heart and honoring the sacred bond you share, not just in action, but in thought and intention. When two people commit to each other, their connection becomes a foundation of trust, like a sturdy bridge that withstands the storms of life. Loyalty is the silent promise that speaks louder than words. It reassures your partner that you value them above all others, creating a space where love can flourish freely. As the Buddha once said, "A disciplined mind brings happiness." In this context, discipline in your thoughts and actions, especially when it comes to faithfulness, ensures a relationship that brings peace and joy, not only in this life, but in the lives to come. In the distractions and complexities of modern life, the temptation to stray emotionally or physically can appear subtle, often creeping in through digital interactions or fleeting moments of attention. However, every choice we make plants a seed for the future, and those seeds will either grow into a garden of harmony or a tangle of regrets. Faithfulness is about nurturing that garden, ensuring that no weeds of doubt or dishonesty take root. By consciously avoiding emotional attachments or inappropriate connections with others, you create a sanctuary in your relationship where trust becomes unshakable. Trust, after all, is like a delicate thread that binds two souls together. It can be frayed by neglect or dishonesty, but strengthened through daily acts of commitment. Modern relationships often face the challenge of balancing individual independence with the shared commitment of marriage. However, faithfulness does not mean losing yourself. Rather, it is about consciously choosing your partner and the life you are building together over fleeting desires or distractions. Every act of loyalty, no matter how small, is a declaration of love. By aligning your thoughts and actions with your commitment, you set the stage for a bond that transcends the ordinary, moving into a space where your partnership becomes a source of strength and spiritual growth. As the ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu advised, being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. Faithfulness is the courage to prioritize your spouse, even when life presents easier or more tempting paths. Faithfulness also means protecting your relationship from subtle forms of betrayal that might not seem obvious at first glance. This includes avoiding relationships that could blur boundaries or give rise to emotional intimacy with others. In today's world, where social media often encourages oversharing and blurred lines, this practice becomes even more critical. Your partner should never have to wonder about their place in your heart. Clarity, consistency, and open communication are the pillars that uphold loyalty. By being mindful of your thoughts and interactions, you honor not only your partner, but also yourself. When your heart and mind are fully aligned with your commitment, you experience the profound peace of living in harmony with your values. Furthermore, being faithful is a form of mindfulness in practice. It's about staying present in your relationship, focusing on what truly matters, and cultivating gratitude for your partner. Gratitude shifts your perspective from what is lacking to what is abundant in your relationship, making it easier to resist external temptations. By cherishing the unique qualities of your spouse and the life you have built together, you naturally deepen your connection and strengthen the bond that unites you. As Thich Nhat Hanh, a revered Buddhist monk, once said, "When you love someone, the best thing you can offer is your presence. How can you love if you are not there?" Faithfulness is about being there, emotionally, mentally, and physically, for your partner. Ultimately, faithfulness is a powerful act of love that goes beyond this lifetime. It is a spiritual commitment that ensures the karmic seeds you plant today will blossom into a beautiful future together, perhaps even reuniting as husband and wife in the next life. By embodying loyalty and resisting the fleeting distractions of the world, you create a legacy of love that transcends time. In this way, you not only strengthen your relationship, but also align with the deeper truths of Buddhist wisdom, fostering a connection that is resilient, harmonious, and everlasting. Faithfulness is a profound act of love and trust, creating a sanctuary of harmony in your relationship. Do you agree that staying committed in thought, action, and intention is the foundation for a lasting bond? Comment yes if you believe in the power of faithfulness, or be the first to share your thoughts with comment number 1 below. 2. Vow before passing. In Buddhist teachings, there are ways to nurture the karmic ties between you and your partner so that your love might transcend lifetimes. One powerful practice is making a sincere vow before passing. It is said that the partner who is about to depart this life can plant the seeds of reunion by clearly stating their intention, such as, "In the next life, I still want to meet you to be husband and wife. I will wait for you." This act is not merely a sentimental gesture. It is a profound spiritual commitment that aligns with the principles of karma and the continuity of consciousness. When making such a vow, the sincerity of your heart is paramount. It's not just about words. It's about the energy and intention behind them. In Buddhism, everything begins with the mind. As the Buddha taught, what you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. By making a vow with love and clarity, you are setting a powerful karmic intention that resonates beyond this life. This isn't magic or superstition, but a reflection of the interconnectedness of all things. Your vow plants a seed in the vast field of cause and effect, and with the right nurturing, it can bear fruit in a future existence. But let's pause and reflect. What makes this vow meaningful? Is it enough to simply say the words? The answer lies in the depth of your love and your willingness to honor the connection you have with your partner. True love is selfless and enduring. It isn't about clinging or possessing. It's about mutual growth and support. When you make such a vow, you are expressing a love that is not bound by the limitations of this life. Have you ever asked yourself, what kind of love do I want to carry into eternity? This question can guide you toward a deeper understanding of your relationship and the qualities you wish to nurture in your bond. As you consider making such a vow, it's also essential to reflect on the present moment. Are you cherishing your partner fully here and now? Are you resolving conflicts with kindness and understanding? The Buddha once said, "You can search throughout the entire universe for someone who is more deserving of your love and affection than you are yourself, and that person is not to be found anywhere." You, yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. If this is true for you, it is equally true for your partner. To create a bond that transcends lifetimes, you must first nurture it in the here and now with compassion, respect, and mindfulness. Imagine for a moment the impact of such a vow. It's a reminder that love is not confined to this fleeting life, but is a force that can ripple across the vast ocean of existence. However, to reunite in the next life, you must also live in alignment with wholesome karma today. What actions are you taking to strengthen your connection? Are you practicing generosity, patience, and ethical behavior together? Every kind word, every thoughtful act, and every shared moment of mindfulness creates positive karma that binds you closer. Now, let's think about the nature of attachment versus true love. Attachment often comes from fear of losing the other person, fear of being alone. True love, on the other hand, is freeing and uplifting. It's about wishing happiness and growth for the other, even beyond your own desires. If you were to make this vow, would it come from a place of genuine love or from a desire to hold on to the other person? Reflecting on this distinction can help you purify your intentions and ensure that your vow aligns with the Dharma. As you walk this path, consider involving your partner in the process. Have you ever shared your hopes and dreams for the future, not just in this life but beyond? Conversations like these can deepen your connection and help you both align your spiritual aspirations. It's also an opportunity to practice gratitude. How often do you pause to thank your partner for the love and support they bring into your life? As Thich Nhat Hanh beautifully put it, you must love in such a way that the person you love feels free. Gratitude is a powerful way to strengthen the karmic bonds between you, creating a foundation for your vow. Finally, let's explore what this vow means in the broader context of your spiritual journey. In Buddhism, the ultimate goal is liberation from the cycle of birth and death, but that doesn't mean we neglect the beauty of human relationships along the way. These relationships are precious opportunities to practice the paramitas, virtues like patience, diligence, and loving kindness. By making a vow to reunite, you are also committing to helping each other grow spiritually, supporting one another in overcoming obstacles, and walking the path of the Dharma together. So I leave you with a question to ponder. If you were to make a vow like this, what qualities of your relationship would you want to carry into your next life? Would it be the laughter, the shared dreams, or the quiet moments of togetherness? Or perhaps it would be the way you inspire each other to be better, kinder, and more compassionate human beings. Reflect deeply and remember that the love you nurture today is the foundation for the bonds you wish to sustain in the future. As the Buddha reminds us, hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. Let love guide your intentions, now and always. 3. Celibacy and vows by the living partner. The path to reuniting as husband and wife in the next life is deeply spiritual and demands dedication, especially when the living partner commits to celibacy and vows. This act of devotion is not merely about refraining from physical connections. It is a sacred expression of loyalty, love, and spiritual growth. By remaining celibate, the surviving partner symbolically preserves the bond they shared with their departed spouse, nurturing its essence and allowing it to transcend the limitations of the material world. This self-discipline becomes a bridge between lives, fostering purity of intention and elevating the spiritual connection beyond the boundaries of time. As the Buddha wisely said, radiate boundless love towards the entire world, above, below, and across, unhindered, without ill will, without enmity. Such love, when directed toward a beloved spouse who has passed, becomes a powerful force that can transcend lifetimes. Making a vow to reunite with the deceased partner in the next life as husband and wife is not just a poetic notion, but a deeply spiritual commitment. This vow signifies an unwavering determination to maintain and deepen the bond you once shared. It is an acknowledgement that love is not confined to the physical realm. It is an eternal energy that seeks expression and fulfillment. The act of taking such a vow must come from a place of sincerity, accompanied by mindfulness and reflection. In Buddhism, intention holds immense power, and vows rooted in pure intentions can shape future lifetimes. As Dogen Zenji, a renowned Zen master, wrote, "A single thought of gratitude, love, or commitment can turn the wheel of destiny." By vowing to reunite, the living partner channels their love into a spiritual intention that influences the path of samsara, the cycle of birth and rebirth. In modern life, this practice might seem idealistic or overly ascetic, yet it holds profound relevance. In an era dominated by fleeting relationships and shallow connections, the idea of celibacy and unwavering commitment serves as a reminder of the enduring power of true love and dedication. It challenges us to move beyond the transient pleasures of the material world and seek connections that nourish our souls. By remaining celibate and focusing on spiritual growth, the surviving partner can use their solitude as a time for self-discovery, reflection, and nurturing the qualities that will strengthen their bond in future lifetimes. This is not about deprivation, but about transformation, turning loss into an opportunity for profound growth. As Khalil Gibran beautifully expressed, love knows not its own depth until the hour of separation. It is in this separation that the living partner can cultivate the depth of love that will reunite them with their spouse in the next life. Moreover, in the context of modern relationships, the vow to reunite as husband and wife in the next life teaches us the value of long-term commitment and purpose. It serves as a metaphor for the patience and perseverance needed to build a meaningful relationship, even in this lifetime. To uphold such a vow requires inner strength, mindfulness, and clarity, qualities that are invaluable not only in spiritual pursuits, but also in everyday life. By making this vow, the surviving partner sets a spiritual intention that encourages growth, selflessness, and the cultivation of virtues that will serve them well both in this life and the next. The practice of celibacy and vows also highlights the transformative power of mindfulness and spiritual practice. In moments of solitude, the living partner can focus on meditation, prayer, and acts of kindness, all of which help to strengthen their spiritual connection with their departed spouse. These practices also serve as a reminder that true love is selfless and transcendent. By dedicating their energy to spiritual growth, the living partner not only honors their departed spouse, but also cultivates the qualities necessary for a harmonious reunion in the next life. Ultimately, the path of celibacy and vows is a journey of transformation, love, and hope. It teaches us that love, when nurtured with sincerity and devotion, can transcend the barriers of time and space. For the living partner, this path is not an act of loss, but a profound expression of faith in the enduring nature of love and the interconnectedness of all beings. By walking this path with mindfulness and intention, they not only honor their beloved, but also create a foundation for a deeper and more meaningful connection in the life to come. As the Buddha taught, just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life. In dedicating themselves to celibacy and vows, the surviving partner lights a spiritual flame that will guide them toward reunion, illuminating the path of love and unity across lifetimes. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the profound mysteries of past life connections and the karmic threads that bind us. Love, as we've explored, transcends time, weaving its way through lifetimes with lessons, healing, and opportunities for growth. By embracing faithfulness, mindfulness, and compassion, we can nurture relationships that not only bring harmony in this life, but also sow the seeds for a beautiful reunion in the next. If this topic has inspired or resonated with you, please show your support by liking this video, sharing it with others, and subscribing to The Journey of Wisdom. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss our upcoming videos filled with insights to guide you on the path of peace, love, and understanding. Until next time, may you walk in wisdom, kindness, and the light of infinite love. Thank you for watching.